So Albuquerque is a really innovative, really entrepreneurial place. We have a lot of small businesses here, a lot of really small businesses, and we are really here to support entrepreneurs. You know, you want to start a woodworking business, but you can't afford a full wood shop, or you can't afford a CNC mill or something like that to get started. And so here you can get a membership, you can take classes, you can learn to use them, you can use those machines, and you can get your business off the ground or run your business out of here. My name is Jeff DeBellis. I'm the interim program director over all of the non-credit trades programs at Central New Mexico Community College, and this place, Fuse Makerspace, is kind of the heart of all of those programs. And I think the cool thing is we have such a big breadth. Like, we have something like 90 pieces of equipment here, right? So we have a metal shop, wood shop, 3D printers. We've got a full design suite. We've got several different lasers, screen printing, vinyl printing. All over town you see stuff that was made here, and a lot of it you don't realize it, but this place I think really produces a lot of cool things for the community, like physical things, but also really creative people.
Right? And you can see if you stand right here, you can see that the blade is right next to the pencil line.
Okay. Not on it though.
Not on it, because if you're on it, then you're just going to split the middle. You got to pick a side whenever you draw a line like that. So go ahead and pull that safety, press the trigger.
We're just a place to explore. I think that there's a barrier for a lot of these tools. You might have a hard time learning to use a table saw, for example, if you don't have a friend or a family member or like a background with equipment like that. And so we run all these basic operations and safety classes, we call them. We run them every night of the week, and we just teach people the basics of how to run all these machines safely, whether you want to run them here or whether you want to run them on their own. So we're really just about like breaking down barriers and providing access to all sorts of equipment to make things.
Right now this arm is locked, which means it will move on its own. Like when I touch it, to undo that you hit X, Y off, which is this little padlock. And then you have to confirm it. You have to hit the green button. Green means go or print, put it up and means yes.
I think what we have been seeing for a long time is a decline in trades and art programs in schools. I think that's something that goes back to the 60s and 70s. And so I think for a lot of us, maybe we did some art classes or like woodshop classes in elementary school, middle school. And then that like part of our brain, we let it fall by the wayside, right? We were focused on other forms of education. We were focused on four-year degrees, and there's obviously nothing wrong with that. Like, I went to school for a long time and got a bachelor's and a master's, but I think sometimes we do that at the peril of not nurturing that other part of ourselves, right? Like, there's this great quote from Robert Pirsig in Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance that if you want to improve the world, you start with your own head and heart and hands. And I think we've neglected the hands part of that for so long. And so when you're working with your hands, it engages your brain in a different way, and I think it really aids learning.
And just move straight across about an inch or two, and just run a little line. Now you can see this little line that I just did. Some people will do a point and walk it back, a point and walk it back. Your strongest weld will be this straight blast. Okay?
It really gives the opportunity to learn, and some people will take workshops here and maybe they'll never do anything with it. Maybe it's just like a one-off. They wanted that like experience to practice, and then other people it might light a spark and nurture something and like give them a confidence that they never knew they had. I think, you know, even though I've only been at Fuse for a little while, I've been working in experiential education for a long time, and I think the cool thing that you see with people is maybe they didn't do so well in like a classroom, but you get them into a physical environment where they're doing things either like outside in the woods or here in a shop, and it just ignites something in them and gives them this like, yeah, confidence, this like spirit, and like ignites this passion for learning. And a lot of times that can turn into like a very specific thing, like they might take what they learn here and start a business or get a job with it, or it just might be like kind of a side part of their life, their personality that is kind of like an outlet, a release for them, and both of those are great.